In Washington, Ann Neal and the American Council of Trustees and Alumni quickly reacted to the depth of the wrongdoing in Emily's case. ACTA was invited to Missouri in connection with Jane Cunningham's proposed legislation. The council testified before the state legislature as experts on intellectual diversity.
The Emily Brooker case was really a landmark opportunity to look at some of the problems that we're seeing on higher education campuses across the country. Emily was a perfect example of a student who had rightfully gone to college assuming she was going to learn. And what she found in the college classroom was anything but learning.
I decided we needed to do something about this at the legislature.
Representative Jane Cunningham asked the American Council of Trustees and Alumni to come into the state to testify about what was happening in intellectual diversity across the country and in the state of Missouri.
3 years earlier, the council had conducted a national survey on intellectual diversity.
So in 2004, we commissioned the University of Connecticut Center for Survey Research and Analysis to survey students in the top 50 colleges. Did we find that this was an isolated problem? Did we find that this was only happening in occasional cases around the country? Far from it. The results from this poll showed that the lack of intellectual diversity was a pervasive problem, that the classroom was being politicized across the country, and that students' ability to learn and to think for themselves was being drastically undermined.
Then in 2007, the council initiated a new study of the 2 state universities in Missouri.
We found the numbers in Missouri were actually worse than the numbers that we got nationally. The survey in Missouri showed that more than half of the students surveyed, in fact, nearly 60%, said that their professors were pushing their political views in the classroom. And a shocking 51% of the students said they felt that they had to agree with their professor in order to get a good grade.
That let us know that Emily was not an isolated situation.
This is not education. This is indoctrination. And what's really interesting also to note is we asked the students to self-describe their politics, and a majority of the students surveyed said that they were moderate or liberal in their outlook. And a majority of them were also taking courses in professional subjects and in the sciences. So they were not in classrooms where you would expect there to be a regular discussion of political issues. So those facts underscored again, I think, the shocking nature of the students finding that professors were regularly pushing their political viewpoint in the classroom.
Today, Emily is a stronger woman than she has ever been before because she's been through the fire. I have seen Emily graduate, move on to a very successful career as a social worker. She's working with families, she's working with children. She has a heart that really cares.
The free exchange of ideas is the very essence of a quality higher education. But there is evidence across the country that students, rather than being taught how to think, are being taught what to think. When parents send their children to college, they expect them to be educated, not indoctrinated. And when people become trustees, it's their obligation to ensure a quality education where students can speak their mind and where hard-earned tuition and taxpayer dollars are well spent. But as you've seen in the last 2 DVDs, the challenge of intellectual diversity is great, and the robust exchange of ideas is under attack. That's where you come in. As a trustee, you are legally responsible for the academic and financial well-being of your institution. You can ensure the free exchange of ideas on campus and an environment that provides a stimulating education for students to help them become informed citizens and effective workers. We've outlined steps trustees can take, steps that are sensitive to the role of faculty and administrators on campus. I hope you will take action and that you will call upon us to help. ACTA is here to assist you, and thank you again for your service to American higher education.